Hi, and welcome to this week's Thursday Thoughts. I'm Sarah Hamricker, and I'm glad you joined me today. I want to talk about free doesn't always mean free. We all get the flyers and the advertisement. It's like getting free windows for a year. You won't have to pay. It's like getting a free car for a year. Of course, the windows in the car and the services, they aren't really free. You're just kicking down the road the pain of paying for them now. Don't we do that with our own kids? How many times have I'm speaking to myself here, kicked down the road what we should take care of today? Don't we push off till tomorrow the pain of disciplining our children today because we don't want to deal today with their whining about it or their anger or their temper tantrum? Don't we more often opt to pay at a later date rather than effectively dealing with the mess right now? And what do those delaying tactics get us? A gargantuan problem. A huge problem. One that has grown into unmanageable size. Much like the payment due for those windows. You got them free for a year, but come 12 months later, you're going to be paying a lot of more interest plus the price of the original windows. Who wants to do that? Not me. When we elect for expedient or convenience sake to let the small discipline issues with our children slide, we set ourselves up to have a big payment later, one that takes a lot longer to resolve, one that can really stretch our relationship with our children, and one that gives us a huge headache down the road. There's a reason why the old phrase still has such truth: nip it in the bud. There's a reason why when we kick the discipline can down the road, we find when we go to pick it up, it's a huge barrel we can barely move. Be consistent with our discipline. It takes time, it takes effort, it takes energy. Often the trio of things that we have in short supply, right? Often we kick things down the road because we're tired. We kick things down the road because we've had a bad day and it just doesn't take the effort. We kick things down the road because we're rushing out the door, and so we forget that we can discipline when we get home. We just decide we're going to forget about it, overlook it. Who has time to stop and correct behavior while cooking dinner, washing clothes, talking with your spouse? Who wants to put an effort into staying on top of a chronic misbehavior? Who has the energy to repeatedly train that toddler not to touch the plugs? I mean, seriously, I get it. I've had kids. I have 4 children, as you know. I have kids when they were younger, and sometimes even now, that do the same thing over and over and over again. The fact of the matter is, we need to take the time, we need to put forth the effort, and we need to summon the energy to stay as consistent as possible when disciplining our children. Because when we do it, we reap the benefits at a later date, and so do our children. Obedient children are happy children. When we neglect to discipline and correct our children, we are contributing to their unhappiness. Yeah, they may not be unhappy in the moment, but they are unhappy. Undisciplined children are not happy children. Sure, it makes life easy in the moment to not discipline. It makes life easy in the moment to push that payment down the road. But you're going to have a bigger mess. It's going to take more time, effort, and energy to correct than if you had just dealt with it then. And remember, if your child is 3 years old, you can delay punishment up to 24 hours for something they did. If your child is older than 3, you can take a couple days. For teenagers, you can take a week. So if your week is really busy, you just make a note on your little calendar on your phone to deal with it when you have time. That way, you're not ignoring the issue. In the moment, you are waiting for a more opportune time to address it. That's my thought. So free doesn't always mean free. I hope you join me next week for Thursday Thoughts. Have a great day and keep up the good work. You've got this. You can do it.